You fellow type 1s out there. This is Dr. Jody, and I am so glad you found me. I am going to be talking about, well, my question for the video today is, what does this mean to you? But of course, what am I talking about? So be sure to watch today's video to find out an important question I think every type 1s need to ask themselves. So perhaps you're just finding me. If so, welcome. Or perhaps you've been following me since March when I started these Facebook Lives. I have a virtual practice where I help patients with type 1 who live all over the world. I do virtual consultations, I have online courses, and I wanted to be a source of light and inspiration to all of us with type 1. I've had it for 40 years, since I was 7. And I wanted to be a source of inspiration for all of us during these crazy COVID times. So I've been doing live Facebook Lives. I've over 100 of them now, 150 now. So maybe you just found me, maybe you've been following me. I welcome you. So let's see, how does my deck say today? So doing pretty good. I had a little bump, as we all do. I think after breakfast or something. What was I doing? I can't remember. But this is what's possible. A nice steady flat line in range. I like to stay between 70 and 120 as much as possible. And this is what's possible for you too. That is my inspiration. Rebecca and Hammond, yes, thank you. Inspire me. Yes, I'm here to inspire you. My passion is to come and educate as many type 1s as I can because I've walked in your shoes every day. I've lived with it since I was 7. I didn't even have blood sugar testing the first 2 years. I had diabetes, right? And then we had these archaic insulins that would peak whenever they wanted to, and I'd have to stuff my face with carbs before exercise. And it's so much better than that now. I promise. I don't even have to eat anything before I work out now. And I'm thinner, I think, than I've ever been because I ate so many carbs my whole childhood. And so my goal is to inspire you and educate you because that's the thing I'm passionate about is education. Because if you're like most type 1s, you haven't received the full level of education that you need in order to figure out how to get that A1C below 6.5, which we all deserve, okay? I know people have 7s and 8s and our doctor says that's fine, but that makes me sad because 7s and 8s do damage to your body and of course anything higher. So if you want to live a healthy life, it's possible. It's absolutely possible. Diabetes doesn't hurt us. High blood sugar levels do. So I'm committed. That's why I've made all my courses, how to get off the blood sugar roller coaster. They're all on my website. And that's why I'm coming to you live. So the thing that I really focus on as well, not only on how to do all the technical details of getting better blood sugar levels, it's so much more technical than any of us have ever been taught. But I also am really passionate about our attitude and our psychology. Because you can't live with a chronic disease and not check in with your head. We are not on autopilot, right? There's nothing autopilot about living with type 1, even though people around us maybe think so. I had a friend once literally ask me that. She's like, oh, Jody, you don't really think about it anymore, right? It's just automatic. So no, it's not automatic. Every day is different. My answer was, I don't know, is being a parent automatic? Do you just become an expert at being a parent after you've had your kid for a few years? Because I feel like having type 1 is like having a kid. 24 hours a day, we need to check in. How's the number, right? Am I going high? Am I going low? But I promise you, all my patients, people that follow my courses, people that work with me, there is support and education that can help you feel a little bit better. And my question today is, what does having diabetes mean to you? Okay? Because here's the thing. Yes, Rebecca, it never turns off. Comment in the thread here. Diabetes never turns off. Right, but here's the thing. What does having diabetes mean to you? And let me tell you, when I work with patients, the answer to that question runs the whole gamut. From people that think it's the worst thing that's ever happened to them, and they feel so sorry for themselves and so angry and feel like their life is over, to another patient I had who wrote a book about how giving type 1 was one of the best experiences of his life for making him a more responsible, reliable, disciplined, health-focused, empathetic man. So, beautiful point is, I'm sure you've heard this a million times, We can choose to make having type 1 mean anything. There's no inherent meaning in getting type 1. There's no inherent meaning, good or bad. We can choose if it's good or bad. You can choose that it's made you more disciplined, it's made you more reliable, it's made you more health conscious. You can choose all of those things, or you can choose to feel sorry for yourself and be angry and have pity, right? Which don't feel good. So yes, I agree, it sucks. I would love to eat and not have to turn every meal into a math equation. And how much insulin do I need? And how much insulin do I need? And what's my number going to do now? And is this too much? And is this too little? I get it. Nobody wants to do that every day. But life is throwing us curveballs every day. I mean, look at our year, right? This year is a perfect example of that. Life throws us curveballs. So our curveball is type 1. Our personal curveball is type 1, right? And somebody else, I mean, there's so many other diseases out there that I pray and that of gratitude that I don't have. We're not the only ones with a disease, right? There's so many other things out there. And yet this is manageable. It's complex. It takes a lot of skill on a daily basis and a lot of support and a lot of supplies and a lot of appointments. But guess what? We can have full lives. I've had type 1 for 40 years. I've turned it into my career so I can help all of you. There are athletes, that have type 1 that are doing phenomenal. So I'm just here to inspire you today that please make diabetes mean something positive to you. Please make it mean that your soul wanted a great challenge in this lifetime, or if that's too out there for you, just honor that you still get to breathe and talk and do whatever you want. I have a whole YouTube channel on videos that I took when I was traveling around the world, because we can travel around the world. Some type 1s are scared to travel. I mean, this is like, it's not bring up COVID for that right now, but in general. And I have a whole YouTube channel of how when I traveled to Croatia, and I was in Spain, and then I was in Lisbon and Cape Town and on a safari, and I was in Hanoi, Vietnam, and I was in India. We can do anything we want. It just takes more management and more responsibility. So I'm hoping to inspire you guys today to hopefully see your cup half full and see the positive side of diabetes. And remember, if you can't get there, if you think it's just awful and you think it's horrible, I need to gently remind you that you're choosing that, because it's not inherent in having diabetes. If it was, all of us would feel that way. We get to choose. We get to choose if we want to become stronger from it, or if we want to feel sorry for ourselves and feel like a victim. So on this shortest day of the year, December 21st, a lot of darkness, a lot of time to think, hopefully. I inspire you, hopefully, to maybe just take a deep breath and be grateful that you have something that's manageable and that allows you to have a full life. Okay. Now, if you're struggling because you just can't wrap your head around that, I work privately with patients, and you can always go on my website, scroll to the bottom, click on contact, and I do programs for people where I work privately. I've got online courses. I'm here to help type 1s get to this point of not only excellent blood sugar levels, but excellent mental health as well. So I'll be creating my membership program. My goal is to launch it in January. I'm so excited to build a community. It's non-Facebook, outside of Facebook, a community for education and support. A training video every Monday, live Q&As with me every Tuesday. So stay tuned. Please sign up for my free gift on my website, or one of the free videos, or any of my free resources on my website, so I can have your email, so to be sure you'll be notified when my membership goes live. And my website is Dr. Jody NDN, as in naturopathic, D as in doctor. Or you can just Google Dr. Jody Diabetes and everything comes up, my website, my YouTube. And so thank you for watching. I'm a little late today because I couldn't get the Facebook Live to work, as happens sometimes. But I normally come live at 3 o'clock Pacific time, 6 o'clock Eastern time on Mondays and Wednesdays. So I will definitely be back on Wednesday. Thank you. Let's see some comments here. Mary says, I eat low carb and I did a shot of our insulin today. Worked pretty good. Do you use our insulin? That is great. So R doesn't have as quick or sharp as a peak as rapid. It's kind of slow and steady, which is kind of how a low carb meal generally digests. So I personally don't use R. I do micro small doses of rapid over time if I know I need a little bit of insulin over time as opposed to a big spike. So Mary, if it worked great for you, that's how it works. Just be aware that it has an 8-hour tail. Okay, it's going to keep working for many hours. Rebecca says, my burnout is 90% gone due to your education. I am so thrilled to hear that. Well, Rebecca, I thank you. Thank you so much. That's the beauty. That's why I want to create this membership program, is because I've realized the power of these little videos I've been doing since COVID. And people like Rebecca are like, you've got my burnout 90% gone. I've had other people say they their A1Cs are dropping from watching a few videos. So I'm going to create a membership program so I can reach you and consistently create a community where we all have the same kind of success. So Rebecca, thank you for sharing. Catherine, I know Catherine, it means I get to be extra alert to my physicalness. Yes, that's a benefit for Catherine of having type 1. Absolutely true. Which, since I never paid much attention to my body before type 1. Aha, good point. Nicole says, it means I need to be more disciplined and it makes me more strong. I'm grateful that I'm alive and get to be with my family. Nicole, beautifully said. Beautiful, beautiful. Cup is half full. Rebecca, it means an outlook on life that many don't get the chance to get. My ASD daughter often asks me, what would it be like if you didn't have diabetes? I always tell her I wouldn't be the great mom I am today. Beautiful. Rebecca is absolutely capturing the point that I'm trying to make, is that we get to see the positives and grow from them, hopefully, if we choose that kind of thinking. Millie says diabetes is not so bad if managed. It's the rest, i.e. higher chances of getting other autoimmune disorders. Now I have psoriasis, which I can't do much about. Well, I always look at gut health with anybody that's got autoimmune diseases. So Millie, if you don't have a physician looking at your gut health, gut inflammation often goes hand in hand with multiple autoimmune disorders. So be aware of that. Diet, cleaning up the diet for sure. Rebecca says, I pray it's affordable because I would hate to lose such gifts in life. Oh, yes, my membership program will have different levels, and my goal is to make it affordable. There'll even be a free version, which is just open to the community and the chat, but not to the live events. Millie says, yes, it's made me take better care of myself for sure. If I lived alone, I'd eat even better, but my husband loves his carbs. I feel for you. You're not the first one who said that. So thanks so much for the comments. And if you know of anybody that's struggling with type 1, please forward them my information. I do private consultations, and I have online courses that I believe every type 1 would benefit from. I suppose that's maybe a big statement. Maybe there's a few type 1s out there that already know everything and are already killing it, which there are. Definitely the ones that are, that are in the 5% A1Cs and feeling confident, and amen, that they are proof to us that exists. But I'm here to reach as many of you as I can. So thank you for finding me. I hope you continue to follow me and keep staying positive. And that's my goal, is that I can educate you so you get to a healthy A1C, and then I can keep inspiring you so you keep your mental health positive and away from burnout. So thanks for watching, and I will see you on Wednesday. Bye for now.